Hey everyone, welcome back to Open. Our next guest is a New Yorican who always found creativity through all aspects of his life since a young age. And being an Army veteran diagnosed with bipolar depression and PTSD, he found that the arts have always been part of his healing journey. During the pandemic, he was able to create an Artisan line focusing on the pride and culture of Puerto Rican native roots. And joining us to tell us more, we welcome visual artist Héctor Cotza. Cotza.
Hi, Rhina. Thank you for having me.
Well, thank you for being here with us. I want to open up by just acknowledging you first for serving our country and by saying thank you.
Thank you so much, Rhina.
And secondly, for just being public about the fact that you've been diagnosed with bipolar depression and PTSD, right? Because within our cultura, there's a stigma around identifying those type of diagnoses and keeping it private. However, I'm opening up with that because I can't imagine what it's been like for you these past couple of months dealing with this crisis that we're all enduring.
Yeah, well, Rhina, I'm glad that you brought up the stigma because it was something that I was always scared to talk about it. But being able to talk about it, it's make it easier for me. And I have found a lot of people who have suffered the same issues that I suffer, and that we've been able to help each other. During this COVID, I was very scared. There was a lot of thinking going in my head. Gladly, I did not lose my job and I'm working from home. But then nighttime would come and I'm still here in a room where I've been working all day. So I decided I needed to do something so that my mind is not thinking of anything else. You know, I have PTSD, I'm bipolar, and I'm a very, very happy person and very creative. So I decided that why not start a line that expresses my love for Puerto Rico, you know, because I do love my island. I create a lot of projects, but this is the first time that I decided to just go and I'm making one-of-a-kind pieces, just one of each piece. And it's just inspired by my imagination. And I stop thinking about COVID and I just get myself out there and make believe that I'm in the island. And I think of my roots and I think of my parents who are still there. And that just, I create some masterpieces that sometimes I even impress myself. I would love to meet them all.
It's so lovely just to hear you share in that way because at least I can get the sense that there's the child in you gets to live through this work that you're doing, and obviously it's your form of therapy. And what I didn't share with other people is that with our viewers, I should say, is that you've been known to make some like fierce drag costume creations, and that you've been noted by the New York Times, Out Magazine, Telemundo. So you've been at this for a while now, with as far as like capitalizing on your creativity, right? However, during this particular time, you've chosen to take this route and create this artisan style pieces. And so it seems to me that you're creating a series. So I'm curious to know how many you already have made. And I also noticed in our images that there's different layers within the portraits. I mean, we're looking at them behind you. However, I don't think we can really see the dimensions that go into the artwork that you're doing.
Well, if you would like, I could take one and show it to you.
Oh yeah, sure, we'd love that.
So we're gonna start with this one. This one is called La Puerta de la Felicidad, the door of happiness. It's a door that's in Puerto Rico in San Juan, and it's become a very, very tourist area that people go to. And it was just somebody painted the flag on a door, and now it's become like iconic, right? As you can see, it's all made of wood. Everything is made by wood. It's made handmade. I do the paintings. I learned how to do a little bit of painting on YouTube because I didn't know how to paint. So I just said, let me learn on YouTube. Give it a little bit more of depth. So if you can see, there's 3 layers here. There's you see the back layer with the trim. Then you have where I make the piece, and then you see the 3D. I don't know if you can see that right there. Okay. And then I cover it very beautifully in the back with my little label. I mean, it's done very, very professionally because it takes a lot of work. Sometimes I spend 8, 9 hours on a project, but when I'm finished, there's so much love put to it. I don't like people asking me to make a specific piece because then the love and the creativity doesn't show. So that's what makes this unique.
That's beautiful. And thank you for sharing all the love that goes into it. We definitely get it. And so how many have you made?
I have made now, believe it or not, 45 in the last,
45?
Yeah, I actually started like 3 months ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I just wanted to share with you, as a little kid, I've always been very creative. And I got a grant when I was 12 years old to go to the Institute of Arts and Music in Puerto Rico. And unfortunately, because of our culture, my father thought that that's not something that was going to be good for me. So I was always talented. So I just want to ask people, if you're talented, that creativity, you don't even have to go to school. Go ahead and do it. Like, I have had so much fun doing these things, doing the costume, I do furniture, I bake cakes. I mean, I just let all my creativity come out. And I think it's very important during this time for people to find something to do, something that they love. And listen, I wasn't thinking of selling them. It's just that I make so much that I have to get rid of them because it's in my apartment.
I'm laughing because I happen to be an art collector myself, and I have dealt with a few artists who are very attached to certain things and they won't sell it. So I get it. When you become attached to your work, it's like birthing all kinds of children. And it's funny that you were saying that you just have too many now. Now you need people to adopt them. You're like, that's it. You're on your own now.
I want to keep this. And they're like, oh, I want that one. I'm like, oh, okay.
So tell us, so how can people go about, I guess, purchasing your work?
Okay, well, since I'm just starting, I just opened a store in Etsy because I didn't know how to go about this. And my shop.
When you say you're just starting to sell them, because we just shared with everybody there's 45 pieces. I don't know if they're all up for sale, but okay, so you opened up your shop in Etsy.
Yes, I'm so sorry. I'm just starting. And I put them up like 3 days ago. I opened up a shop on Etsy and I put them up, and I've already sold 4 like in 2 days. And I was like, wow, I didn't realize that this, and now the people who have purchased from me take a moment. They're like, oh my God, Hector, this in person is totally like different what you see online. So I just want people to realize that they love it. The shop is at Etsy.com and it's under Rico Sante Designs. And
so what are the dimensions before we go?
Well, we have different dimensions, Rhina. Like this, for example, I believe it's a 10 by 14, but I have some, like you see back here, I believe that was 22 by 18. I mean, this one is really, really intricate. I don't know if you can see it. So they're all different sizes. It all depends. Sometimes it all depends how much wood I have left.
You're funny. Oh gosh. Oh my gosh. Well, I'm so happy that we were able to share this with our viewers, and thank you for putting a smile on my face. This was a lovely segment, and congratulations on birthing 45 art pieces. Bravo. And also, once again, before we go, what's the Etsy address? It's
Etsy.com/shops/Rico Sante Designs.
Beautiful. And of course, you can always find his work on Instagram, which is Rico Sante Designs.
Correct.
Bueno, gracias for being with us. You guys don't go anywhere. Bobby C's Weekly Sports Roundup is coming up next.
I would love to give you one of these pieces. So I will send it to you, okay?
Yay!
All my love. Thank you.
Oh my gosh, I can't. Ay, Dios mío, no, you're going to make me. You don't understand. You don't understand. I'm like, what? You're going to give me one of your children and your energy is going to be in my space? Ay, Dios mío.